Okay, that was yeah, that was a show. Wow. Honestly, I wasn't in the pay-per-view mood anyway. Neither were my friends really. Neither were my cats. And that, if anything, was a glorified house show. It had all the descriptions of it. Decent enough wrestling. A shorter amount than I guess a usual pay per view expectation from this point in wrestling as it is. No title changes, that's a big one. No big returns, debuts, to big meaning, except one, which was nice to see if it didn't ruin a whole match. But we're gonna get there because honestly, my spirits haven't really been hurt that much. If anything, it was a house show. I enjoyed it enough watching with my friends, and we're going to move on from it. Is it the worst show of this year? Depends which way you want to look at it. Frankly, for me, I think Fastlane might still be up there from it because that had some expectation from me. This didn't. Was it another terrible excuse for ruining a gimmicked pay-per-view? Yes, it was. One Extreme Rules match, it wasn't that extreme. The rest, mediocre. Let's go. Extreme Rules 2021 results in review. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. If you haven't figured it out by now, it's your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up, and we're about to go down the road of another WWE pay-per-view that really didn't need to happen, and they were not willing to pull strings getting ready for their trip back to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel. Here we go. Kickoff. So much for a bonus match being announced on the kickoff. We will get to the bonus match in question. Liv Morgan and Carmella got moved to the kickoff. A shame for Liv, just because this would have been nice for her to get a main win on pay-per-view, because it's not like they had a bad match. It was a decent match, and Liv Morgan got it. She hit her move that shattered Carmella's nose before, but this time nose first to the announce table. And then her finish in the ring, basically that flatliner while her opponent's sort of leaning up against the ropes. It was decent, and Liv got the win. They did what they needed to do for that. And when it came to bonus matches, I was a bit surprised, but for the fair reasons. New Day got attacked in the back by AJ Styles, Omos, and Bobby Lashley. It then got made that the pay-per-view would be kicked off itself with New Day versus Lashley, Styles, and Omos in a six-man tag team match. Why on earth they couldn't have just announced this beforehand, I don't know. It's the New Day. It's your WWE champion. And this really isn't how we should just be throwing surprises at the show. If anything, Xavier Woods' hair made it worthwhile. Shout out to Creed, really, for trying out new stuff for the next little bit. This looked great. It was good. Again, would have loved to see this turn into an elimination or a tornado, you know, something that fits the tagline of Extreme Rules. Remember the name of the pay-per-view? But it was okay, and at least unlike Raw, New Day got it here. After a bit of a nice back and forth, everyone got their moments to shine. Styles and Lashley argued over who the legal man should be, and Big E took full advantage of that after Lashley speared Styles accidentally. Big ending, and 1, 2, 3, Big E pins Lashley again. Nice to see New Day get their momentum back after a very hard-hitting Raw with Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, we love you, yada, yada, yada. So, even then, we really weren't done with this because we had some talking later in the show, and it turns out that tonight's Raw is being kicked off with a rematch for the WWE Championship, Big E, Bobby Lashley. WWE have really got the pressure back to try to get the viewers from AEW's ratings, so Raw has been at least somewhat interesting lately. Does it make it more watchable as a whole, though? No, I can't safely say that, but let's not go on about Raw. Let's continue with this show. Up next, SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, Usos Street Profits. Wasn't really the best. It was good, but after what we've seen from these two teams, I was ready for something more. Even though Tez came in with injured ribs after the beatdown from SmackDown, put up his fight, fair as day, but, and that is just a terrible motorcycle, shove off. But reality, Usos took full advantage of the injured ribs, isolated Dawkins, kicks, splashes, 1, 2, 3, still the tag team champions. Usos. No surprise to anyone, I would think. Profits might take them eventually, but the worst part is there seem to be some... They're low-key right now, but they're getting stronger. The rumors that WWE are going to split them up in the draft. I guess I can't be surprised if WWE are good at anything. It's ruining tag teams. So, was that the last time we get to see the Street Profits fight together? Oh my God, they get split, they're done. I'm calling it right now. There is no hope whatsoever. Honestly, that better not happen. And we've seen some dumb teams broken up in these drafts. This would be up there for one of the dumbest. But it hasn't happened, so I'm going to try to stay a bit more optimistic on how good the draft could be for everybody, but we'll see. Next, Raw Women's Championship match, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte. It was actually pretty decent for the most part, I'm not going to lie. These two were getting back into their zone of crushing it. I remember really enjoying their match from Survivor Series a few years ago, and this didn't disappoint. If anything, it was the ending that was as underwhelming as could be. Charlotte decided she was going to grab Lily, and then she threw her at Bliss, hit her with the big boot, hit her with natural selection, and 1, 2, 3, still the Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. Not a surprise to anyone, I would think. One thing I completely forgot about, I didn't remember that Extreme Rules was in Columbus. So Bliss got crushed in her hometown with this crap. Oof, now that's the WWE rearing its ugly head, being the a-hole that it is, eh? And then, my God, I was happy to see Charlotte win because I sort of want this reign to go on. But, oh my gosh, Charlotte rips up Lily, which, oh my gosh, I feel like all of us have been wanting to do it for months. I couldn't give a crap about that. And then Bliss has to sit in the ring for what felt like years, crying over it and picking up the pieces and walking slowly up the ramp and just whining about it. Oh my gosh, if anything... The only positive we can look at from this is that this character is done. Done. I don't want to be too hopeful because, hey, next Raw, Bliss could just come back all more creepy and demented and could have just stitched Lily back up altogether and life goes on because I'm pretty sure they're not done, this feud. But, oh, please, can she just be done with this character? I'm done. I'm done with it. Because it has taken the Bray Wyatt toll. You win a few side pay-per-view matches, but nothing important. Think about it. Didn't win the Royal Rumble, did not win Money in the Bank, didn't win this championship match, but wins the throwaway matches. Like, if you want to count Randy Orton at Fastlane or Elimination Chamber, one of the two, I'm pretty sure it was Fastlane, you can go ahead and count that. Shayna Baszler at Hell in a Cell, I'm pretty sure. Go ahead and count that. And Eva Marie at SummerSlam. All right, there's some wins. Do they matter? No. So in this case, it literally is the Bray Wyatt pull down because of how this character is being booked. So can we just free Bliss? I'm actually sort of mad that I'm the one that's going crazy about this. The internet should already be on this. Hashtag free Alexa Bliss. Go on, tweet it, do something with it, I beg you. Let's try to calm down and move on. Up next, probably my favorite match of the night, the triple threat for the United States title. Damian Priest defending against Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Now, we started fair enough, but I was really enjoying the false finishes getting ready to the end, especially from Jeff Hardy. And this is one match I'm actually going to talk a bit about the spots. It looked like Sheamus had Priest beat, or vice versa. I can't really remember who was on top for the pin. Jeff Hardy gets the swanton, and I'm thinking like, oh, just pin somebody, but he's not moving. And then, oh my gosh, Sheamus gets the broke knee on Priest. Jeff throws him out of the ring, goes for the pin. I'm thinking, dude, come on, Jeff. They give some good false finishes. And then, of all ways to end, I'm not mad. Damian Priest did retain the championship. I still just felt like there was a swerve, but if anything, the swerve was Bro kicked at Jeff Hardy. Jeff falls out of the ring. Damian Priest rolls up Sheamus to retain the championship. Didn't expect a roll up. That was different, but all right. For Damian Priest, he's established enough that he's going to crush you. So a roll up, yeah, kind of a surprise there. Not sure how the draft's going to impact this. Frankly, I think they're going to be switching up the Intercontinental and US titles show to show. So if Damian Priest remains champion before the draft, and I guess unless something happens tonight, right, then that is a for sure thing, then I believe he's going to go to SmackDown, and we'll see where we go from there. Same as Nakamura coming to Raw with the Intercontinental title. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually get 1 or 2 title changes this week, and maybe the next, just to even things out the way WWE want them for championships on the right shows. Champions, I should say. You know what I'm getting at. You never know. You never know how things are going to work. It's like Survivor Series. If we want a special champion versus champion match, because Lord knows it's all about brand supremacy, we have to get the belts on the right people for the right matches. Hence, I guess the biggest example today is still not Brock Lesnar, Jinder Mahal, even though I really would have loved to see that, but Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles, hence 2017. But anyway, still the US champion Damian Priest, lovely enough match. My favorite match of the night. Moving on, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch defending against Bianca Belair. And this was okay. And for the right reasons, these two needed to get a feel for each other, and this was the match to do so. It was slow, but again, I kind of explain why. They need to get the feel of each other because they had nothing at SummerSlam than the quick finish, even though they teased that at the beginning of this match. But then, yeah, so it's Extreme Rules, and all right, Becky trying to go for the disarmer, and Bianca's about to counter that into the Kiss of Death. That was a great counter spot. Didn't get it, though, because out came Sasha Banks, shoved him, disqualification. Sasha Banks back, happy to see. What I'm not happy to see is a DQ at Extreme Rules. Oh, man, that's sad. Like, really, we couldn't just have a roll-up or something even? Because this would have been the right match for a roll-up then. But no, Sasha Banks causes a disqualification. She attacks Bianca, teases that she was going to join up with Becky, but attacks her too. And it seems like we've got a triple threat looming, which I am excited to see. And to be fair, if anyone's going to come out and beat up 2 people and make it all about them, Sasha Banks is the right character for that. So, there you go. That's really all it is. It was annoying, but it's not something that really triggered me to rant or get pissed as a fan about. It made sense from a perspective. Becky Lynch still the champion. And now, oh my lord, it is time to talk about it because it's the main event and no other matches, nothing else I can think of that worth talking about. Roman Reigns versus the Demon in an Extreme Rules match. Yeah, an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. Now that's a shocker. For the Universal Championship. And it was okay. Just trying to think of some spots off the top of my head. Balor had like 4 kendo sticks taped together and smashed Reigns a bit with them. Roman trolled the crowd great by putting the table back. And then they brawled in the crowd for a bit and Roman put on a mask. And I thought that was good stuff. I believe... Who got put through a table out there? I actually don't remember. Maybe it was Roman? Maybe it was Bella. I actually don't remember who got put through a table. Someone got put through a table out there. And by the kickoff desk, I'm pretty sure. And then back to the ring we went, and we had some more fun. The Demon did a great spot with Roman when it comes to kicking out of a spear. And yes, he did kick out of a spear. He kicked out the way Roman does by hitting him right in the nards. That was satisfying to see. We did get the coup de grace, and then the Usos showed up because, of course, why wouldn't they? It's Extreme Rules. Anything goes. I'm amazed Balor had no one to back him up for this. Usos and Reigns took care of Finn enough. Finn got speared through the barricade, and then things started to get weird. Now, the whole match, every time Roman and Finn went for a weapon under the ring, whether it was a kendo stick, a chair, or a table, yes, that was really the majority of weapons used in this. It was smoky, and I'm thinking, okay, if this is from Finn's entrance, why is it still going? Turn off the smoke. Might have been for the Profits, to be fair. We want the smoke, but nope. Everybody was down after the spear through the barricade, including Roman. That took a lot out of him. And then the Demon's music starts to play, and my God, for every heartbeat, It gets red, smoke's coming out, and Finn is flopping like a fish, like this is revitalizing him. Oh my gosh, it was one of the funniest things I've seen all night, besides Priest falling off the ring apron. Everybody makes mistakes, but let's all laugh together. But this was so stupid looking. Like every heartbeat, he's just flopping around like, oh my gosh. It was cool though when he rised up appropriate to the music. He's taking care of Roman, gets him in the ring, goes for the coup de grace. And then the top rope broke and lighting got normal. And then Roman speared him for the third time and pinned the demon and retained the title. And then the show ended. Yeah. Because that's what we all wanted to see happen. Or at least that's how we all wanted to see the demon lose. Not something incredible or anything. No, just, spear. Granted, I'm glad it took more than 2, because that is what I said in my predictions video. Although I might have said I wish he'd kick out of 2, but at least 3 were hit. At the same time, wow. Yeah, it didn't help that they had announced Brock and Roman for Crown Jewel. Everybody knew that was going to be for the championship at that point. And it was just the question, how does the demon lose? And this was how. What a shame. If anything, I hope that is, I guess, the nail in the coffin for Finn Balor's mind about leaving WWE, although I don't know what his contract status is. If anybody knows, feel free to let me know, because that doesn't. That really doesn't. He's not going to recover well from this, in my opinion, unless maybe he turns heel on the main roster. Don't know if they'd have the nerve to do that, though. Yeah. Not surprised about the result, but extremely disappointed in the finish. It was funny. Don't get me wrong. It was hilarious. But really, really stupid. But you know what the best part is? It's over. I'm done talking about it now. We have more good things to come. And as I say to anyone who's getting into wrestling, pay attention to AEW. They will give you wrestling shows. WWE is wrestling, but it's more talk and humor than anything. If you want to laugh around and joke about it, watch WWE. But if you don't want to get mad about wrestling and etc., don't watch it. Watch AEW. And I can't even say NXT anymore. No, the NXT is gone. We all knew NXT was going to go once power had shifted and the brand has sort of redone itself. No, it's AEW. It's AEW. It's Impact. It's New Japan. It's Ring of Honor. It's not WWE. That can't give you quality wrestling anymore. And if it does, it's like once out of a blue moon. So, no. Put your faith somewhere else when you want to be a wrestling fan. I love WWE for what it is now, simply because I don't look at them the same as I did many a year ago. So, that's it. Hope you guys have a lovely day, and we'll see you next time. I've got more scratch-off videos coming this week, and getting excited for maybe some more horror movie reactions. Yes, October is almost among us. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Keep it real.